I think there is a need, not just a need, an urgent need to sensitize Nigerians what referendum means. About 2 days ago, I spoke with a group of people about Nigerian situation and political issues and why Nigeria need to conduct a referendum because of some issues, especially when it comes to state police, taking power to Republican Constitution of 1963, where Nigeria, put powers into region instead of unitary government, where you will have president controlling everything, both security and resources. So we spoke a lot of things, and to my surprising, many Nigerians thought or believed that referendum is a crime. That when you call for referendum or when you try to sponsor, an idea that people should come out for referendum, that government should organize a referendum, meaning you are a defaulter. If they catch you itself, they could even charge you for treason. So this is not true. This is what a lot of Nigerians are thinking, and I believe it is time for us to start educating citizens what it means, what referendum means. I believe it is political elite made it so. Because a lot of people who quest for referendum, someone like Nnamdi Kanu, Sunday Igboho, and so many other people in the past, is either those people were persecuted for any other reason and so on and so forth. Though they might not say, we are persecuting this person because he's calling for referendum, but they will tag another crime the person has committed and they might charge the person for treason. So because of that, many people are afraid, and they thought if we call for referendum, this is a crime against the government, and government could come, police may arrest us. Come on. Referendum is just like when you go out to vote for your governor, for your local government chairman, House of Assembly member, senator. You decide that this person is going to become my governor. That is how referendum is. Referendum is just an act of deciding through vote. So it's a civil act. You decide through vote whether this thing would be like this, whether this thing would be like this. For example, when the Yoruba nation, activist Sunday Igboho told the government to organize a referendum for Yoruba people, or when Nnamdi Kanu demanded for a referendum, people thought that, what these people are demanding is a crime. I even overheard one pastor, Sunday Adelaja, saying referendum is not in our constitution. People were talking rubbish. A lot of people, they have brainwashed so many Nigerians to be believing that referendum is a crime. It's not a crime, it's just a civil act. And that is why police or government cannot charge you to court when you are demanding for a referendum, because it is your right. So when a government organizes a referendum, people will vote. But the question is, why are these people afraid of referendum? They are afraid of referendum because they knew that anytime they organize a referendum, people will definitely vote against the government. People will vote, if it is for constitution, people will vote for people's constitution. If it is for maybe they want to return Nigeria to regional structure before the amalgamation, Nigeria will be afraid, because that will bring complete dissolution of the country. And that is what the people wanted. So why is it that people's will, people's wish is not in action anymore? And they call it democracy. So that is to tell you that what we are practicing is not democracy. Even though people call it democracy, we are not in democracy. If we are in democracy, why are we together without a referendum when a lot of people are demanding for a referendum? A referendum is not a bad thing. It's just where the majority of people decide what will come out from, majority of people's minds. If people decided today that they don't want to be together in this country called Nigeria, it needs a referendum. People need to vote whether to be there or not. But the government cannot do that. So absolutely, we are not in democracy. We are not in democracy. This is not democracy. If at all that we are in democracy, government should be able to listen to the masses. The government should be able to protect lives and property. Imagine, as a citizen, you can't even afford, or if you even buy a gun, hardly would you be able to register it. And terrorists, bandits, everywhere they have gone, and they mess up with citizens, and government are there, they can't do anything. This is the situation we have. But you know what? It is time for us to increase the demand of restructuring, the demand of national referendum. That it is time for us to decide whom we are. Let us redefine our existence. Because when you continue to do one thing and it's not yielding result, I think it is very important for you to change strategy. You change the way you are doing things. Nigeria as a nation is not working in any angle, apart from music and international footballs. I'm not talking about with our national team, but Nigerians, prospering outside Nigeria. I don't think there is any other way Nigerians are making headways, just music and football. When it comes to things that concerns government. Talk about security, Nigeria is at the base compared to other countries. Come to talk of economy, Nigeria is at the base. Come to talk of another country. When you compare our resources and, natural and human resources together, we are not supposed to be where we are. Nigeria don't have any reason why we have insecurity, why they're unable to combat terrorists. Nigeria don't have reason. So there are so many things you have to put in place. After watching everything, you say, no, something is wrong. And there should be a referendum for either total dissolution or let us just remain confederated. Meaning, if they're going to be Nigeria, we must have Nigeria that is restructured into regional government. Even when Nnamdi Kanu, IPOB leader, spoke, that was the day before yesterday, through his brother Kanonta, he spoke well that, come on, we shouldn't have been arguing or demanding this Biafra. If Nigeria was treating the whole region equal, if Nigeria had, built seaports, railway, what they did to other part of the country, doing it in the southeast, and position that belonged to them, give it to them, they wouldn't have been demanded for it. That is to tell you that the reason why people don't want to be together in Nigeria is not because of greed. It is because of the people's interest, because the government is not representing the people. The government is not doing anything, and they care less. They don't care anything. So if what is going on, let me say, if something happened, they take it serious, people see that they took it serious, I think people will have, a double mind to think that governments are serious. But in a situation where people will die and the president will not visit there, they don't even care, people continue to die, repeated attacks from today to tomorrow, if not in the south, in the southeast, in the north central, in the northwest, northeast. This thing has become holistic upon Nigeria, and people are still thinking that we can continue like this because of what they are benefiting. As I said earlier, the government are afraid of referendum. They don't want to organize this referendum. They don't want people to talk about referendum because they believe that when you organize a referendum, they are going to be paralyzed. They are afraid because they don't want to lose their power. They don't want to lose their status. This is a neat kind of thing. They just want to be there, holding power after themselves. They will pass it on to their children. Look at how many politicians' children are in the House of Rep, House of Senate. Nigerians should rise up. If we do not rise up, they will continue to lead us. After them, their children, that is even when they will leave the seat. When they decide to leave, they will put their children. So this is just the situation, and we must arise and demand what is rightfully for us. And I just want to use this opportunity to also tell the public, see, if you see someone who is an activist, who is fighting for the interests of the general public, throw your support behind the person. Because what we are seeing today in Nigeria, it needs a collective effort. One way or the other, we must see to the end of this.